You could completely alter the setting and characters of Jonah Hill's directorial debut Mid90's, and the core message would still resonate loud and clear. It's not that the aesthetic parts of Mid90's are done poorly, it's much the opposite. The dedication to recreating 1990s Los Angeles is commendable. The fashion, skateboarding, the look, and even the 4:3 aspect ratio will make you question if you're watching a movie that came out in 2019 or 1996. Everything except the DualShock PlayStation controller, which wasn't released until May 1998 in North American markets. But I digress. No, Mid90's is faithful to its name, but it's more than that. It's about the quest for identity. It's a coming-of-age tale about a little boy lost and trying to figure out who he is and who he will be. The story revolves around Stevie, a 13-year-old boy living in Southern California. With a barely present single mother and an angry and distant older sibling, Stevie finds himself alone and isolated. After a failed attempt to connect with his older brother, Stevie seeks out companionship and acceptance from a group of skateboarding teens at the local skate shop. Stevie's instant loyalty and obsession with this group speaks to the deep human need to find our place in a community. Stevie, or Sunburn as the group nicknames him, dives in headfirst with reckless skating, drugs, alcohol, fashion, and lingo. He lies, steals, and does whatever he thinks is necessary to try and fit in with the group. The skaters themselves are a group of lost boys, spending more of their time on the streets, partying, and avoiding going home. For most of them, home is not a good place to be. The two leaders of the group, Ray and Function, as I'll refer to him for this video, represent different motivations. Ray wants to become a professional skateboarder, travel the world, and pursue goals and a lifestyle to take him far away. Function seems content to party, get high, and live in the moment. Stevie looks up to both and is inspired in different ways by both. Although the skaters are reckless, vulgar, and disrespectful, they basically become the only family Sunburn has. They care about him more than his own brother. They are willing to take him under their wing, encourage him, and teach him new skills. This is the heart of Mid90's. In many ways, it's like an explicit version of The Sandlot. Both are about young boys searching for a masculine identity and finding older males who help them build new skills and a new identity. Stevie is desperate for a father figure, and yet none present themselves, so Ray and Function fill the gap. I didn't expect to be moved by Mid90's like I was. Nothing out of the ordinary happens in this film, which adds to the realism. It feels like you're watching a true story about someone's life and the painful journey we all go on, trying to figure out who we are and what's worth living for. The heartbreaking part of Mid90's is that it is so real, that there are millions of little boys around the world, abandoned by fathers, neglected by family, and willing to engage in any behavior necessary to define themselves as a man. The viewer feels torn by dueling emotions. On the one hand, I felt glad that Stevie had the group of lost boys to encourage him, to drive him away from suicidal thoughts. On the other hand, I wish the whole crew had something more. Unconditional love, guidance, wisdom in the form of mentors and role models. On a personal level, I've actually known a lot of people who've worked with nonprofit organizations where they just hung out at skate parks and hosted skate nights just to try and connect with kids like Stevie, just to try and be there for the lost boys. I never realized how important it was then, but I do now. Mid90's doesn't end with a feel-good moment or a crescendo. One of the boys, nicknamed 4th Grade, plays a video and showcases the highlights of the group's moments over the past summer. It's simple, plain, and doesn't leave you with much. In fact, the ending reinforces Ray's thesis when he tells Stevie that everyone's life is messed up and that's just the way it is. Lost boys roaming the streets looking for meaning but mostly finding trouble. That's just the way it is. But is that how it has to be? Hey guys, thank you for watching my video on Mid90's. Feel free to like or share this video, and also feel free to subscribe for more content. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, and let me know if there's any content or videos or topics you'd like me to cover in the future. Thanks for watching.